All right, this replay review is for and. Uh, Asking about positioning and just other things to improve. Currently champ 2. So I just want to take a quick look at this and see if I can find anything. So right here, this is, take a second right here, instead of just turning in this short distance, go back to net and give yourself a little bit more position to react to things. If you were in net right there and being a little bit more patient, you'd have more boost. Right now, you're just kind of following around the play, especially with no boost, and you're not able to do anything. Go get that boost. Yeah, great. Like, you're always very close to the ball, so you can't create momentum and really do anything. A lot of Rocket League is built on momentum. So just give yourself some more space. This is good space. And know what the ball is going to do. Or really be thinking about it. See, that's going to hit the wall and you're not going to get there, so give it a second. And be prepared for that bounce off the wall. Because right now you're still not in this play. Alright, that was a... Knowing how how much control your team or opponent has of the ball too. Like right there, they didn't necessarily have possession, so you can't really fake them because you're not making them give anything up. So he already had a play in mind that he was still able to attempt. So really make sure that when you're faking or when you're giving that fake challenge that it's actually going to make them do something. But I like the idea of making that happen. Okay, let's look at this again. He was really baiting you in there. He was in full control of this ball, where you might not have necessarily thought it was that way. So again, really understanding like how much control an opponent has of the ball and how you can effectively make them do something. So really being intentional and focused on your challenges is going to help a lot, just from what I've seen so far. And giving the play more space. All right. Nice. Good kickoffs. Having more control of your car on those flips so that you can get the boost will go a long way. Don't go all the way back here. Stay in the play. You have 52 boost. Pick up some pads and go back over to your teammate. There's no reason to leave this. Like, you could be keeping pressure on here, and instead you're taking yourself out of the game for a full boost that you don't need. Pads. It works out, but I mean, stay in the play. Get those pads. Really focus on getting pads. I know this. It work on your dribbling, work on catching the ball. It seems like that is something that you're trying to do a lot, and it's just not as clean as it could be. And so it's leading to some turnovers. It's leading to putting yourself in a weird position. This is weird. So sometimes you're just kind of moving around for the sake of moving. Put yourself in a position where you can react to stuff and then just stay there. Like, just be right here. You can attack the ball if it comes to you. You can go to the wall if that happens. You're at a decent enough angle that you can go back or at least turn. I mean, maybe turn just a little bit more this way so that, you know, if you need to go back, you can. If you need to go forward, you can. Just give yourself options and don't take yourself out just because you want to hold down accelerate. So here, when you're driving under, you're out of this play. Like, there's nothing you're going to be able to do there. Go back here. Create space from the ball so that you're able to react. Or at least, you know, head back this way. Driving under the ball is basically just not being in the play. And you're right behind your teammate. Yeah. So, and it's that driving, all this driving around, and like, this is a commitment that immediately takes you out of this play as well. You going towards the ball when there's no chance, and he's going to boom that ball down, and then you're basically continuing to keep yourself out of the play by being right under the ball. And of course, your teammate passes it to them, which doesn't help. And if you had rotated the other way, you might have had some better opportunity to get that instead of being right behind him. So again, dribbling. Dribbling is definitely an opportunity. Playing ones is going to be huge. You are way too committed to these full boosts. And the way that you're driving around makes me wonder if you're paying attention to the ball here. This might be confusing, and at the same time, don't give up your net. Like, you're in an awkward place where you can't defend as well as you would like because you're in the middle of the net and a little out. So if your teammates are doing weird stuff, or you're just playing twos and you're playing with a random person, just be ready to protect your net at all times. And really don't just drive around errantly. Because it looks like you have good car control. It looks like you handle your car well. You can get good touches. It's it's almost like you want the ball too much, or you don't necessarily trust your teammate or something like that, so you feel like you need to be too close to the ball when really what's going to serve you better is being farther away from the ball, because people will give up the ball and then you can create a possession out of that. I mean, if you score this, that's unfortunate. How much boost did you start this with? 100. Hmm. This is so. I'm gonna speak bluntly here. This is really bad. Um, like the fact that you start here with 7 boost, and there's all of those down the field, and you only have 12 boost, and then you take yourself out of the play to get this full boost. I mean, it's really fortunate that they didn't score there. Like, go all the way down the field, get the pads, and you would have had tons of boost and been able to stay in this play. I would, you got to break this habit of getting those full boosts. I mean, there's more than enough boost on the field in the pads that can keep you in the game. That's one of your biggest opportunities, I would say, honestly. That and uh, having control of the dribble, being able to do more with your dribbles. All right, so that's something else to work on right there. Car control and getting touches off back wall, getting up in the air and being able to really hit that like you wanted to the top. Simple, but this game is based off of hitting the ball, so being as good at that as possible is important. Don't take that for granted. This was really good patience. Really good patience. That was really good. You're clearly a good player. You have a lot of good things in your game. I think it's some positioning stuff is really what got in your way. Going for those full boosts constantly takes you out of the game. So watch out for that and really, really, really work on your ball control, your dribbling, get those flicks down, be able to have some good moves. And I think that you'll be a really good player, and give yourself more space to react, to do things, to be able to understand what's going on in the field and really pay attention to what's going on in the field, because there were a couple times where you were going for boost pads and it seemed like you weren't even paying attention to where your opponents were and what was about to happen with the ball. So I think all of those things will really lead to some good progression for you. Good luck, man.